You're watching News 3 HD at 5:30.
Welcome back, everyone, to News 3. As new college grads are finding out right now, the real world is tough when it comes to finding a job, to say the least. And the littlest things you do or don't could mean the difference between landing that job or continuing the search. Joining me now is Jeremy Esch from the staffing firm Robert Half International. We're talking about etiquette tips when it comes to social media. Not an easy topic.
No, it is not.
First, let's talk about the job market that greeting new grads out there. I mean, a lot of people are using things like Facebook and Twitter and whatever else.
Yeah, and I think it's a competitive market right now, obviously, with so many people out there looking for opportunities. But in some of the recent surveys, 19% more employers this year will be hiring new grads. So, of course, what we're going to talk about, I think, will hopefully, help present opportunities to new grads as it relates to technology.
Well, the first tip that I'm looking at right now is talking about what you wouldn't want to post. I think when in doubt, probably just don't do it, especially when it comes to something that could be embarrassing or goofy, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest thing people will post is pictures, specifically on Facebook. I think that's a huge, opportunity where people, may ultimately get a shot, or an employer may be able to do a Google search and find some of these pictures, and how you portray yourself on these social media sites can somehow, sometimes, differentiate from either you getting a job or not getting a job.
And there's probably plenty of sites to go to out there too where someone can say what is embarrassing.
Yes, absolutely.
And talking about professionalism when you're friending someone like a coworker, this is a fine line we were talking about. One of the reasons why some people have Facebook accounts and others don't. So what do you mean by that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you're ultimately reaching out to individuals, it's important to make sure that the contact and the approach that you're taking to reach out to these individuals is extremely professional. I think a lot of times, if you're not doing that information, I think, again, mass mail, multiple contacts, trying to get a message out to a lot of people at once, sometimes ultimately can offend some people. So you have to be very, very careful on the way you're perceived and ultimately reaching out to those contacts.
No kidding. Now, for those who aren't familiar with what this means, this is going to sound kind of funny, but one of the other big don'ts, don't poke a business contact.
Absolutely. And I think that's important, because I think ultimately you don't want to be reaching out to a business contact just to get information. And I think that's where we come up the word with poke. Obviously you want to be able to exchange information and ultimately reach out to individuals within your social media and ultimately see some sort of benefit. If you're not providing any type of benefit, then it can be perceived as poking somebody for information, and ultimately it's kind of a two-way street. You need to be able to provide information as well.
But you do want to keep things current too. One of the do's on the list is keeping things as up to date as possible, probably without seeming like you're always on social media either.
Absolutely. And I think you still have to go out and take advantage of networking opportunities. Those things are very, very important. And I think just like anything, you have to keep your profile up to the date. By doing that, posting relevant articles, information, I think that shows your contacts that you kind of know what's going on in the marketplace.
We have a lot of really important information here, and it sounds like there's so many good tips too for new grads and things that they can use. So we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming, and more information always on our website too.
Thank you.
Thank you.